Hey doctors, Dr. Minecraft here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm back with another history of UST. So, let's get on it. Now, you're probably wondering, where do we leave off? Well, when we left off, or when I had left off, according to my last video in this series, is we had started to encroach our way into Africa. After some time, on August 19th, 1930, we annexed the rest of Africa. Okay. So, I know you're saying it can't get any bad, right? Maybe. Because it's just about a year later-ish, with the help of the Axiom Dominion, we invaded the Unified States. Oh, yeah. We basically went that route. Yeah. In fact, eventually, it got so good that on February, about the 5th, a month and 5 days after that, on February 25th, we basically took the capital. Now, Axiom Dominion had been pushing in from basically the west, but UST would push a lot heavy in the invasion of out of the Unified States. Yeah. Eventually, the Unified States surrendered on March 12th, 1931. With the boundary line between UST and occupied Unified States territory and the Axiom Dominion territory being split along the Mississippi River, which agreement we made. In fact, eventually we annexed India. Okay. Right. In fact, we'll say something that neither the British, Soviet, or American government could do. We actually annexed Afghanistan. Yeah. Needless to say that on June 27th, 1931, we basically took the graveyard of empires. I guess that lost the title. Eventually, we started cleaning up house there near the China territory, basically. As we also annexed Pakistan, Sri Lanka, as well as in general India's neighbors in the name of improvement. In fact, we could say we cleaned up India's neighbors, in a sense, on August 23rd of 1931. However, tragedy struck for me personally as a Canadian when on August 26th, I'm aware I accidentally didn't change it. Changed the RD to ST in it, but whatever. On August 36th, 1931, the Canadian Prime Minister died, and I, the Emperor, attended his funeral to pay respect. He apparently died of a heart attack, and it was sad. In fact, later that year, on September 10th, we then took Indonesia. It went under our control. Yeah. Eventually, Canada also went under our control. And seeing how we need to connect the gross intercasualix line, we asked Axiom Dominion if we could have Alaska, and on August 15th, 1931, the UST purchase of Alaska happened, or generally the purchase of Alaska, which meant that we now could connect Washington to the rest of our empire. Eventually, Mexico capitulated to our forces. Same with Brazil and Colombia. Eventually, wanting to take a burden off of our allies' hands, we purchased West Unified States. Okay. Not even that, but eventually West Unified States was integrated into our empire. Eventually, she was out on March 17th, 1932. Same year that we got West Unified States, we annexed Chile, then Venezuela. And eventually, South America has a good impression of us. Yes, in fact, the thing is, we basically had to stabilize in a sense. That's which Tanya advised. In fact, the past 2 years for our glorious empire, there had been a stabilization up to that point. As such, That reason was to allow South America to welcome our expansion, touching a strip a friend. Eventually, yes, South America did get annexed by us. So it was Central America. That was Caribbean. Eventually on April 5th, 1936, UST attacked Asia with our ally, the Axiom Dominion, which was our only ally at this point. And the war lasted, I don't know, like 5 years. On April 5th, 1941, Asia fell to UST and Axiom Dominion. At which point we took everything everything on the west side of Taiwan. Axiom got the rest. Okay. Eventually, in July 5th, 1941, we took Greenland and Iceland as well, which meant that the interlinked line now had a second route besides basically the Bering Strait. Right. Then a day later, UST sent an ultimatum to Axiom. Well, you see, the thing is, the Emperor had actually survived a terrorist attack, which I deny having being staged, similar to how I myself pretty much deny any involvement with the Canadian Prime Minister's death. Anyways, the Axiom Dominion accepted it on July 7th, 1941, and as a result of the ultimatum, we got all of Dominion's territories. Then, January 7th, 1942, we annexed Oceania, meaning that the only independent nation left was the Axiom Dominion, and we asked them to join. And the thing is, the imperial family would be a symbolic monarchy, just like the other symbolic monarchies that UST already has, like the Allied Kingdom and Eldoa. In fact, Axiom Dominion agreed to join our empire. In fact, we ruled the world. And on January 10th, 1942, the Greater UST Empire was proclaimed. Our glorious empire was now a globe-spanning empire, ruling the entire known world. It was nowhere safe from UST control. And after that, we solidified our control. Totalitarian government, basically, you could say, was put it. The education system was targeted so that we could have loyal citizens, and we did that. Eventually, we move on. This is where my story with Take Tanya came to an end. Well, both because it was going into the final stages that I had with 2 other Takei's. But regardless, UST now expands the entire globe. In fact, the empire is probably most likely still around today if we were in that world. And I must say that you are all UST citizens. Separatist movements are cracked down on. They are seen as treasonous by nature and against the unity that we have provided. Travel restrictions, tariffs are basically a thing of the past. You are all united under one imperial crown, and Bahrain is the capital of the world. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the series. If you like, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, like the video, ring the bell to notify when I make a new video. Have a good day and see you all next time. Goodbye!